This is WBRC Fox 6 Law Call.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into Law Call tonight, where, as always, we have the answers to your legal questions. So glad that you're staying up late with us tonight. Tonight, we are talking about nursing home negligence. So, for example, you might have a question about the nursing home where your grandparent or your parent is. Maybe you're unhappy with the quality of care they're receiving. Maybe you found bruises or scratches on your loved one, and you're wondering what should you do about it, or wondering if they're getting nutritious meals. If you suspect that something is wrong, that is exactly what we want to help you with tonight. So give us a call. The number 855-LAW-1955. Melanie Posey-Joseph here tonight, along with personal injury attorney Ken Riley. Good evening to you, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
We're back.
We're back, and it's just, look, it's just the two of us tonight, but we got this.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it. We have it. So I just came from a concert at the Alice Stevens Center.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But I feel like I've lost my voice.
You said you lost your voice.
Lost my voice. It was a gospel concert.
Okay.
Screaming at a gospel concert, but it was phenomenal. Alabama Symphony Orchestra with the gospel great Donald Lawrence and just others. Phenomenal. So if I have a little bit of a scratchy voice tonight, that's why. But
I'll try to keep
we're going to push through it because this is an important topic. Let's talk a little bit about nursing home care. So many people dealing with this every day. And so many that are looking forward to that and wondering what should I be considering if that is something that I'm coming up against for my parent or grandparents.
Right. I mean, so many times, people don't choose to go into nursing homes or assisted living. They find themselves there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And sometimes it can be because they have an accident, they have a fall or something, and all of a sudden, things are turned upside down.
Yes.
So, we want to talk to folks tonight about, how do you choose a nursing home? What do you do if you suspect something isn't going right in a nursing home? Are there some things you can do on the front end to try to prevent incidents from occurring? So, I mean, we have a growing and aging population.
Yes.
So, I've got parents that they're not there yet, but they're in their 70s now, and so at some point it's going to be up to me and my sister to probably plan for them.
Yes.
In case something happens.
Yes.
So, and hopefully they're planning for themselves, but
yes.
Again, that's not something that everybody can do.
Well, and let's talk a little bit before we get into what are some challenges that folks see. Let's put it out there to begin with. There are good nursing homes out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And in fact, one of the problems with nursing homes is a lot of the nursing homes, if not just about all of them, but not all of them, are federally subsidized. Mm-hmm. So they're taking the Medicare money and they're trying to stretch that Medicare money out as far as it can go.
Okay.
And one of the problems that you see when you when you don't have any additional payer help from the individuals is sometimes in order to make ends meet, they have to sacrifice staffing or maybe quality of staffing. Mm-hmm. So those are kind of some of the things that you want to look for when you're researching a nursing home, and sometimes just to get a bed is hard enough.
Yes.
So depending on where you live
Absolutely.
and where you're trying to get into and
Yes.
what your issues are.
So let's tell folks again, tonight we are talking about nursing home negligence. We'd love to hear from you if you have questions. 855-LAW-1955, 855-LAW-1955. As we're waiting for callers to come in, let's talk about one or two key things, and you've mentioned one, but maybe one or two more key things that folks should keep in mind if they are at that point of needing to look for a nursing home for a loved one.
Well, I mean, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to, if you can prepare early, either with an insurance policy, something for long-term care.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, there are more and more assisted living facilities that are popping up, which is just good business because there are more and more people that are about to hit that age with the baby boomer generation.
Yes.
So, and with that, it's going to, be a little bit of a challenge to find beds.
Okay.
So I think preparation now, and when I say now, depending, relatively speaking, with regard to your age or health condition, or your parents' age and health condition, or sister or brother. I mean, a lot of people get involved with the health care of our elderly. So, you can actually buy policies that will supplement and hopefully place, give you opportunities that maybe others may not have if you have the means to do that.
So preparation now is important.
Yeah.
When you are looking at different options, because for some folks there are different options out there, would you recommend visiting 2 or 3
Yeah.
at least?
So you can interview nursing homes.
Okay.
You can interview their administrators. You can even meet their staff if you choose to go that far. You know, I always say take a recommendation from somebody you know. If you're going to hire a lawyer, take a recommendation from somebody you know. Don't just watch television and decide, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Ask somebody who's been represented by, you know, a particular firm. Same thing with nursing homes. Ask somebody, you know, if you can, you know, who do y'all use? What problems do y'all have? What problems have you seen? Are there any, you know, pitfalls that I can avoid? You know, one thing that I do see happen from time to time is, you know, people don't do a lot of estate planning, unfortunately. Nobody wants to do the estate planning. They don't think about it. They don't think that hard times are going to come.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they do, you know, for everybody ages. It's
Yes.
one thing. But, you know, like you can get a power of attorney early. But once you're incapacitated, you can't sign over a power of attorney to your, you know, son or daughter.
Yes.
And then it becomes more expensive on them, you know, if you have to open up a conservatorship or something like that. So, I mean, there are some basic things that you can do now, and when I say now, you know, while you have your health, while you have your wits about you, and while you may still have income.
Yeah.
Because at some point, you know, you're not going to have income to pay for things like, you know, a will or a power of attorney. So, you know, you can do those things before it's too late.
And it seems like there's just so much to keep in mind, so much to consider when we talk about this topic. Are there any sort of records that the state keeps
Sure.
that you can look at, maybe review before you're making a final decision as well?
Sure. The state keeps great records on nursing home facilities, hospitals, everything along those lines. And all you have to do is do a quick internet search, and you can find out whether or not there are complaints, whether or not there are good ratings, both from the federal side and from the state side. And you can a lot of times find out, you know, is this a place that I want to be, or is this a place that I want to send a loved one? So, yeah, I mean, do your research, because, you know, like we talked about earlier, there are some really good facilities out there, and then there are some that we just see time and time and time again, and those are the ones you want to try to avoid.
So it sounds like, to start off tonight, 3 things: prepare as early as you can, look for reviews from friends who may have, or loved ones who have used a particular facility, and then do your research. Sounds like those are really 3 key steps to just begin with.
If you do any of those 3 things, you're ahead of the game.
Okay, that's great. That's great.